not to turn this into a commercial for my book, but
Oh, you wrote a book? Okay.
can I turn it into a commercial for my book? It's almost Christmas. But you and I have talked about this plenty of times. But if this is somebody that hasn't ever seen or heard from me before, that's part of what I really wanted to do with this, is that each chapter has a principle, and at the back of each principle you have a list of prompts, and those prompts can dig deep into those types of the vulnerable topics that people just aren't naturally inclined to give, because we're all doing exactly that. We're all protecting our egos. We're all navigating, how's this going to impact me? Will this reshape or reform the way that you look at me? And I'm trying to build this image that I want, particularly in the work world, right? I mean, you're trying to build this image. What I wanted was to create something that if you can do this entirely on your own, but certainly if you sat with a friend or a mentor or a relationship like this, and you said, let's just do a chapter or a group of men, I would really love to see more of that with this book, is just a group of men, a small group, that get together and say, okay, we're gonna do one chapter a week, and we're gonna read through the prompts in the back and answer all of these questions for yourself honestly, and let's discuss them.
And those are the sparks, and then the conversations follow.
Yeah, and it can get very, very deep if you choose for it to be. But I think that just without there being some type of a prompt or a pebble thrown into the ocean, then really all your relationships naturally just tend to stay very surface level. Even in your friend world, I mean, I think I have my really good, like, long-standing core group of friends, and of course I've got all these friends though too that all revolves around kids, which is great. But then you think about, if you really at the end of the evening you think, well, what all did we talk about? It was football, kids football. It was, kids at college, whatever. It's all centered around those things. We didn't really get any meat in these conversations. I'm not saying that those things need to be, because everybody's going to disinvite me from any and all parties as I come around with my book. Let's pour out our souls. But you know what I'm saying?
I totally know what you're saying.
The intentionality of our conversations could certainly be improved. The book in and of itself is just a descriptor of the values and principles that I have learned and that hold dear. And then it's a constant evolution and execution and growth for me of growing into those principles, because they, it's like whack-a-mole.